Hello. Let me fill up my water, and then I will be here in just a moment. I didn't say water with a D, did I? But no, I didn't. No? Good. Quiet? Crank it then. Crank it. Crank it. Where's my music? It might be my. Let me turn down the music. That better? Oh. Water you waiting for? The Irish word for water is uisi. I did it right. Right? Uisi. 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 Because it sounds like ice. Ishka. Like that. What if you're making me say naughty? It could be. I don't want to though. Don't make me do it. I think my noise gate's been a bit weird, so I'm gonna open that up a bit more. I will turn this down a little bit. For me, not for you, so don't worry. Let me turn this light off. It's once again very hot today. And I went outside. And now, I am warm. I went out, I woke up a little bit late because I stayed up too late. And so I think I finally got up and got outside at like, maybe it was like noon or so, and then went and had some fish and chips for lunch, which was nice. And then went to the grocery store, and then came back and gave my leftover fish to the cats after I took the bread off of it and also rinsed it in water like a freak so that there wasn't any extra salt or lemon on it. And then I gave it to them, and Gilgamesh, of course, loved it so much. He was crying for more afterwards, doing a meow. Doing a meow. Yeah, it's like 22 out, which is not too bad, but still. I Britished their food. True, I seasoned it with water. Hello. I want to fix something about my camera at some point. I don't know if I need a new one or if I just need to take the leap and get a digital camera. Let's see, Logitech Brio. How old is my camera? I think part of my problem is that I don't have a lot of lights on, and so I still look like there's like a bit of noise and it's not as crisp. An analog webcam. I don't know what that means. Yeah, he's just a little webcam guy. This says Brio 4K, which looks like the one that I have, at least for the most part. Packed with innovative technologies, raises the bar to Ultra 4K. Sony or Canon camera? I don't know anything about them. I'd probably ask Zoof, because Zoof knows stuff about cameras. I wonder what the best quality, how to get the best quality from Logitech Brio. Because the other thing that I want is like, I liked when it was like tall, when it was vertical instead, which when I had that, it was because I turned the webcam 90 degrees. But then when I do that, I have to transform it on this side of things. And then when I do that, it means that it doesn't appear flipped anywhere else. And so then when I log into things that require a camera, I'm sideways. I don't think there might be a way. Hold on, also I want to fix something. Zoof, I need camera recommendations, but also I probably asked you about this at one point already and forgot. Do you have a ring light or is it too much light? I have a ring light. And it's not too bad. But I think just if I have the choice, I don't like to have one on. And this is on the lowest setting for the ring light too. But I think what I could do is turn it so that it faces the wall. And so then, look at that. Do people stream like this? I've got just like the tiniest shitty ring light, so it doesn't really make that much heat. I might do the thing where it faces the wall and like that. Also, maybe that setting is not too bad instead of the yellow one. I don't know. Diffusal sheet, perhaps. Put your thing down, flip it and reverse it. It's true. Oh yeah, Zoof lurking. Wow. Welcome VTube. I could do that. I could just become a VTuber instead. But I don't know, because I guess what Cake Jumper does is she has VTube days and then she has camera days. And her VTuber looks like her. I think it's just mostly my fucking eyes, dude. Hello, Meezy. Bright light makes the tism angry. Yeah, that's kind of how it goes. Hello, Dawi. Hello, Erica. Hello, Sips. Hello, everyone. I'll probably play a game today. The game that I've been playing, the one that's sort of resi sort of style. Oh, bar. I was like, wait, is this a new light I could use? Is this a new light I could use? A bow bar? No, that's just my name. Hello. Could I PNG tube my starting soon? Perhaps. But I mean, you know me. That I'm absolutely wild and wacky for Blender now, so I would want to make my own model. Maybe even a complicated one, like the Genshin Impact ones that we took apart. Dowie, thanks for the 23 months. Lightyear, thank you for the 23 months. Raven, thank you for the 54 months. Grit Fox, thank you for the 36 months. Scott, thank you for the bits. WTB, thank you for the 60 months. Tony, thank you for the 59 months. Do Blender for yourself. I am! That's what the hats are for! That's what the hats are for. I can show you all that. How about that? Hello, Sips Raiders. I have, with the help of Impromptu Ninja, made a mod for the game Peak, or multiplayer, which is available on Thunderstore. My eyes... I put different contacts in before the stream, and then somehow they were absolutely so fucking... I don't know, something was wrong with them and it felt like I put poison in my eyes. So my eyes are feeling a bit weird, and I do not want to switch to glasses, because I have a really big prescription and my eyes aren't used to it, and so I will get a headache. But yes, I've made a mod for Peak. There it is. Everyone has to have the mod installed, and then you will be able to see hats with each other. Been killing it on Blender. Thank you. I've been having such a good time doing it. And I do need to do some boba projects at some point. But I think, like, what I like is everything I'm doing, I'm learning, you know? Bowie was hiding. I don't know what it was. It might be they sat in their contact solution for probably like a month. But I mean, I've done worse. You love the creative streams? Oh, thank you. I always worry that they're too, like, either too boring, or like last time when I did it the other day, where I had to fuck around with it so much that I was losing my mind. That people are like, wow, why are you fucking around with this so much? But I can show you the mod in action. Okay, Mito Choco. #1 fan? That's my #1 fan. It could be, honestly, it could be more of a #1. Because it is actually, not super helpful. Alright, we're going no light. So, these are all hats that I've made. And I will show you them. I'm gonna do an update soon, because I have a few more to add, which I can show you also. We've got... Where's... Did I uninstall the... Hold on. I think I uninstalled the... What is it called? Free camera thing. I did. I need Peak Cinema to look at it from a different perspective. Okay, we'll launch it again. Bing Bong hat? Yes. Yeah, they've got Peak Cinema, which just means a third-person camera sort of thing, a free cam. Which works okay. I don't know if there's... This is normal, by the way. Unfortunately. What was the issue with syncing the other day? For the mod itself, I think there was something in the code where it was like... The hats have to load in... The hats and the customization have to load in at like a certain time, and maybe more than once or something, I think Ninja was saying. And so we had to add that back in. So it's been... And that was... Boy oh boy. A load order. I think so. Your purple pink hair is great. Thank you! I've had a lot of compliments on it on stream and on YouTube and all of that, which has been really nice. I have to re-dye it soon. But also I cut it. I cut my own hair, which was pretty cool. Let me stand in the light. I just want like a good neutral background though, so you can see pretty good. I don't know if there is. Maybe over here. Is this good? I gotta go find myself. Me in university college. So the Bing Bong hat right now is a little bit too bright because their lighting has like some strange like bloom sort of stuff. A Diggy Diggy Hole hat. Someone remind me to do that. Lol. Lol. Can you make it matte? So I think it just needs to be darker. Because the texturing for it, I think it was just a little bit too bright. Also, I think I was vibrating because I was climbing. But you can see in the menu, this one's quite bright in comparison to like a lot of the other ones. Maybe pink. There's a hair bow. This is another one. This one. Which is pretty cute. And this one I added some like... not really shading, but dimension to it, because of course there's in-game shading already, and these textures in Unity are unlit textures. So you don't need to, like, add a shader to it. We've got a fat cat. Mr. Baby. Look at that guy, he's got the beans. He's got the toe beans. I might recolor him a little to make him just a little bit brighter. Like maybe the toe beans a bit brighter. I figured out UV mapping a little bit more. Here's Uncle Disco's hat. It's that guy. I can recolor this one too so that it matches the outfits, which I might do. Brian and Gilgamesh have them go on each shoulder. Oh my gosh, I don't know how that would react though, with like the skeleton and all that. Mr. Baby the Devil. Mr. Brian the Angel. This is Jamalki. Which, let me see. I'm just checking to see if I can see the pipe. Because there was an issue for a little bit where the pipe was like, you could see the texture on the screen and it was not great. Let me put this music on because I don't have music on in Peak. And then I've got one of every Labubu color that matched the player character colors pretty good because Ninja also grabbed the hex codes from in-game. So I matched them pretty closely, but I didn't want them to be exact. Cyan, however, is pretty exact. Red and orange in this are basically the same fucking color with the lighting. But they're enough of a difference. But yeah, you have all of your Labubus. The green works for either of these greens. And then we've got some Winnie the Pooh ears, which are just pretty cute. They're just just a little added thing. I do want to do the 24 karat gold Labubu, but I think I have to make a special texture for that. And these can't be, they don't use like materials, just plain materials. They have to use image textures or they don't work. Here's some rat ears. Here's a little party rat you can have on your head. Which is the same rat from the Ogscast shirt, except I did not color the pom-poms differently because I would have lost my mind. Because the UV texturing for this one, I did not consider that I would need to fuck around with it in the future. And then I feel like if people are downloading this, which there are a ton of downloads of it, I feel like the most popular will be this Sprout one, Bing Bong, which I'll make a little bit darker, the cat one, and then some of the Labubu ones. But the Sprout one is so good because it can be a tomato, it can be an orange, it can be a lemon, a lime, or a whatever the fuck, whatever that is, a blueberry, a grape, a lychee or something. But that is, oh, you could be Jeff O Cakes. Oh my god, horrible. Do you have to unlock the hats or are they already open? The ones from the mod are just available. And then you just have to make sure that you have the mod passport pagination, because that makes it so that you have a second page of hats. Whereas these are all base game, just from different achievements. But if you add extra hats, they'll be here. And then the customization, if you add more hat mods, the order of them will get a little bit fucked up. They should all be there, but other mods don't index the hats, sort of. And so when more than one is installed, they get like a little bit wacky and out of order in here, and sometimes don't match the icons. I know, I don't think you need other hats, but did you make the axolotl ears? Not yet. It's possible to make the preview images the same style as the default game ones. Oh, do you mean like, what do you mean? Possible to make the preview images the same style as the default game. Oh, like the background on it? Yes. However, I want them to be kind of cute and special. And so I have started working on, and will need to upload the new ones that I did. Let me get a good one open. Why has it got this? I'll download this image and then I'll show it to you, so you don't have to see all my Google Drive stuff. So this is the icon that I've made now, which, because I just think it has a nice little special little background, you know? So that instead of just the blue, because my hats are great and special, so they get a special magical background. I couldn't see where to upvote your hats. Oh, I don't know how the upvoting works. I think if you go to the website itself, you can thumbs up it here on the Thunderstore website. And then also if you go to the GitHub, you can give it a star here. 4 stars? I just unstart it by looking at it. But yeah. So we've got 7,342 downloads, with the newest patch having 3,418 of them. Ricky, thanks. Ricky, I have one that you will like, I think, which was Uncle Disco's idea. Thank you so much for the 4 months. But I will show you the other ones that I've been working on too. So I'm doing a clown one right now. For no reason. And I have to texture this one still, but I just put the basic colors on. This is not the one that I'm saying would be... That is... What I'm saying is the one that I think you would like. Before I mega insult you. I put this one. And you wear hats like this? I'm already sold. You can be a clown if you want to. But... It's like the extra tall... fish hat. Also, I drew this fish. And I'm realizing I forgot to put the spots on it. Have no fear, though. I've also figured out my order of operations to do this shit correctly. If I do this. It needs some spots. What kind of guy is this? It's a snook, right? I think they've got, like, all these spots. We'll give him some... That way if someone gets up close to someone's hat, they can be like, wow. That snook's got the spots on it. Can't see how big the fucking thing is. There, he's good now. Save as. Yes, that's the right one. So you've got this one, which is just ridiculous. It's a good fish, right? For comparison. Yes. I can grab that on fish fear me hat. I was also thinking about, because I was talking to DBJ about these, and I was like, I should make a hat for DBJ to use, and it would have to be one that he would, or that they would really want to use, which would be maybe even just their face or like their hairstyle or something. And then I thought, saw trap on head, I could do that. But I thought if I put that hat in for them, that would make them want to use it. And then on the back of it, there's like a sticky note that says something, and it's like, if you read this, only speak to me in a sarcastic tone for the entire game. Because I think that would be so funny if someone is like, why are you saying everything to me sarcastically? Because they're not gonna see the back of their own head, like, probably ever, right? Maybe if you pass out and you happen to be facing a direction, but I think it would be so funny to have a hidden note. But I'm trying to think what would be a funny thing to have on there. That then... Because there was the sticky notes in Dale and Dawson, and we were like, I can't remember what was written on the note, where people were like, what does the note say on my back? Yeah, I was thinking that, Torb. Below Dart Meat, that's a good one. The dumb one. Someone does have the dumb one from Amogus in theirs. Call me idiot, push me or something. True. So I've got this fish hat. This one. Look at that. So this is for Shadow. Coconut me. That's a good one. Push me's good, but there's no, like, real pushing, right? So if I show you... That would be sort of how I'm thinking the face would be oriented. Maybe like a little bit more like this. Depending. But I think that's kind of cute. And then, like, with the head in there, your head would be like that. So I thought that would be a little bit cuter than just the hippo ears. Also, keep my fucking textures, my guy. Look at this. Okay, that looks really terrifying. Now that I've, like, I'm not looking at it with the UV map on it. But if you look at it with the UV map on it, it makes sense, okay? Like, there's the hippo's face. Where its eye is, where its ear is. This is its ear, unwrapped. And there's its eye, which is why... Which I even gave, like, Mutang's crazy-ass look, where is Mutang a boy or a girl? I don't know. Where the, like, whites of their eyes is showing just a little bit. And then I made it so that the front, they've got the little... Nyan face. You know? A magic eye puzzle, it could be. But this one, hopefully I don't think it's too many polygons either, or surfaces. Which, to be honest... I don't know how many polygons they have in their original meshes in the game anyways. I'm not sure. But I could reduce this quite easily, probably. But if it works, it works. But yeah, I don't know. Because their character models seem to be relatively smooth. If we look at stuff in the game... Let's look. Keep the polygons, I'm polyamorous. I will do it. I want to see if I go in the game, I can look at stuff and see what kind of edges are on it. This is my life now. Last night, I got in bed at like 1:30 and I was like, I should go to bed. I'm really tired. And then I was laying there and I was like, I should make hats that are accessibility and what do they say? Like ability aids and accessibility devices and stuff. This chair's got some polygons on it, but... And this is a little bit... But that's the shape that it's meant to be. The tree is a little bit basic, but not too bad. These guys got some polygon edges to them. Let me see if I go in the game. But I was thinking I should make a hijab. Because I think that's always nice when those are included in customization options for people. And then I was thinking a face mask. And then maybe like hearing aids or cochlear implant. And then maybe also some like black or people of color hairstyles or hats and stuff. But I might want suggestions from people before I just... Although I would love to make some box braids because I think those are my favorite. It's a bit polygon-ish up in here. This rock is pretty smooth though. In most places. Sunglasses for visually impaired? Perhaps, yeah. I was trying to think of what could be good. A turban? That could be good. Hello, Ninja. Ninja did all the coding, and then, whenever it breaks, has to fix it for me. So thank you for that. I may reduce these polygons. There's not a ton. But I guess I could get rid of some of these inside faces, and then just have like a connecting wall back here or something. Great big bushy beard. This is true. Let me see. Beard. What else do we say? Diggy hole. Diggy hole. I'm one of the modders in the Peak server. Love the work. Thanks, Debbie. Which mod did you make? I joined a mod server as if I've done anything besides what I was doing anyways. Alopecia? That could be good. I need to have like a... Maybe I'll have a thread in my Discord too for like suggestions. Light. Faces. What do you mean faces? Like a mask? Like... Making mod things. I'm not doing the hard work though with like the different language thing. Face masks is good. I wear them in Animal Crossing. Yeah, I think they're great. We emote that mood thing. We could maybe. Doing all the hard work. No, this is not true. What else did we say? Kippa. I need like a fish one. Which your head could just be the fish. With kissy lips on it. My mod's Debbie Peem. Not much right now, but I did a lot for Repo and Lethal Company. Ooh, what is Debbie? What is that? I'll have to look it up. Boba's spending hours hyperfixating on making the best hats she can then pretend isn't a lot of work. This is true. I'm very early on in the credits of a mod project. Took a while to recognize that part of the credits was just data management. Oh, a shark would be fun too. Shark? I'll need some like hats recommendation. Meanwhile, I do everything on my own. I'm so tired. Let me see if I can find yours. Debbie. Debbie? What a good name. Debbie Peem. Website. Adds content. Here it is. I can link it in the chat. Poop on head. Oh my god. Elgato and trouser rope. Debbie. Ah! Ah! What does he do? I love it. Oh. Files away for later. Food? It can't be a food. It's too cute. Trouser rope. Debbie! Debbie! How cute. I like your credits. Debbie? Debbie showing up. Doing a prage emote. Please don't let them find out I'm horny on main. Says you can grab it. It's a tail, I promise, and yes, you can grab them. Debbie! Flower crown is great. I think that's the naturalist hat for doing a run without eating anything that isn't a natural food. Trail mix does not count, even though it feels like it's natural. I have a video showcase of what they do, but I can't put them on the Thunderstore page. If I look on YouTube, will I find it right away? Yesterday I went into someone's stream because they said that they were playing modded. So I was like, oh, let me see if they have, what mods they're gonna use. And then, they were talking about Labubus, and I was like, wait a second. Are they doing that because because they're using my mod? And then I sat for a minute and they were not. But then I suggested it to them. She's just a VTuber, it's not horny. Why not both? Why not both? But I was like, you should use my Labubu mod if you want. And then their game kept crashing and stuff. And then I felt nervous and anxious that I was annoying. View raw. Debbie, it says I can view this raw. I didn't do that. I just, because they were talking about Labubus, I was like, is this just a really wacky coincidence? But then when I showed them, they were like, oh my god, yes. So this guy, what does this do? It's burning you. Carry it. Oh my gosh, but look how it moves around and stuff. Where's it going? I told the person who does the mod pack on Overlight's community peak nights to include your hats. Oh, thank you. How cute is this? I wonder how to do, like, I wonder if you can do bounce and spring bones and all of that in hats and stuff. Okay. So you can nibble on it. And it also burns you a little bit. Debbie, am I going to want to see this trouser rope? Debbie. Hello, Zerk. Debbie! That's it? Debbie, you need to have someone come in and grab it for your video. Out of context? Out of context? Very cool, though. This is true, Connor. It's a little bit true. Look at this horrible being perceived. Got my next TikTok idea. Oh gosh. Debbie making this stream get age verified in the UK. Oh my god, this is true. What did I... Oh, Blue Sky was prompting me to do that earlier, and I was like, okay, dude. Okay, dude. I've added these, which I might do more than one color of them. I need to get a neutral, non-hat wearing picture. You know you've become fully Blender coded when your to-do list is literally in 3D. I don't have many friends, so it's hard to show multiplayer things. If you join, for sure, Pedguin's Discord. I was thinking, what are you saying, AI? If you join Pedguin's Discord, he does a lot of, like, community nights and also, like, testing mods and stuff. Can someone grab a link for that, please? Hornion made, true. Ninja and Martico have been making mods there. True. Martico made, which Martico's in that modding Discord, too. And they've made make the fog go faster. There's a link for you, though. Yeah. But there's a lot of community games. And also, there's so many people in that Discord that are playing a lot that if you're like, hey, can someone help me test my mod? There's so many people that will be happy to just jump in and help. So, I'm speaking on behalf. Can I be bald? This is probably the easiest one to hide with. What if I... For all the mouths, they're basically all in the same place. A bald hat mod. Well, I was watching, Crashoon Academy's newest video earlier, which is about 3D modeling low poly hair. And I learned about... I think it's their newest one. I learned about this workaround that some games and stuff use for keeping the poly count low. Which is... Oh, wait, this is the wrong video. What? This video must not be new, but it was recommended to me. Oh, this is crushing animations we want. Was he listening to me? I think it was this one.
Because
yes.
For my...
So, if you look at this at this point. Yes.
Trick I like to use with hair cards are taking them and then duplicating them into
so you can have a hair card
for longer tricky spikes in this hair cards. These are transparent planes that have a texture applied to them that has
which
hair
I didn't
drawn onto it, allowing you to have extremely
that this is an option.
Smooth shapes in your hair.
But this could be good for like anything that needs to be like sort of transparent like this. Which could just be being bald also. Floofy hair? True, but I think also if it's like making a transparent thing, which I guess my other option could be if I just make something that just goes inside of the head. That's another thing. Let me save this. Head reference. Lol. No, it's this thing. Image reference. There it is. Fucking Grievous, dude. Fucking Grievous. Needs to be a little bit bigger. What? A little bit taller, up taller, up higher. It's probably good enough. Head reference. That works for me. But yes. Also, if I do this. Like that. A card that says Boba was here but very small and call it bold. New hat icons. Yeah. I was gonna do at some point after your changes and we test them. I was gonna do uploading the new hats I've made. So I've got a fucking this ridiculous hat, a hippo, horns, and then this cat one, which I can see now. I need to move the nose. Forgot about this part. And I don't know if I'll keep this orange color or not, but the cat one I thought is cute. Pretty good. This fucking Mudang eye. It's like having a giant squid like looking at me or something. It's very silly. Hello, Mara. Sideburns or mutton chops. That could be good. It would be fun, which I don't want to I don't want Ninja to have to code this. And also I feel like it could potentially fuck everything up. But it'd be fun to layer them. But there are cosmetic mods that change, like, you can change the face. So if I show you the people that I was watching yesterday.
Have again Centennial and Monheim, okay.
Ah!
And play.
Oh, Becky Amon, is that how you say it? Is playing it. So this was really funny because they had another mod installed too for cosmetics. And so when they were they put the Labubus on, and then they had, like, which, shout out to Chris Mel Berger, who is also donating a bunch of channel proceeds to an animal rescue charity, which is pretty awesome. So they did these custom faces, which with the fucking Labubus is so funny to me. Like, I want someone to do fan art of this fucked up alien Labubu. True, Ninja. It doesn't feel worth it though. Like that anime face is pretty good, which I wonder how that works. Also this one. This person was like, I don't like Labubus. And then I was in the chat and I was like, oh, I bet the person that doesn't like Labubus might like the rat hat. Because I know the vibe, right? I know the vibe. And they did, without seeing that I said that, went for the rat hat. And then Chris has got the... This streamer has the, like, skeleton face. Is this where they can see me and Ninja and at some point Pedgoon in the chat invading. I also they were talking about, they're doing something where they were debating which person was, they were like, can you guess which one of us is the preemie, the premature baby that was born? And then they were also talking about Labubus in blind boxes, and so I said pregnancy is nature's blind box. I thought that was pretty good. So, yeah, the Labubu faces, or the Labubu heads, they go pretty hard. They're pretty good. I was also worried with the mod being down the other day. I was like, oh shit. Is everyone gonna go to use this and be like, this shit don't work, and then never download it again? But it turned out fine, and actually it has a lot of downloads. So yeah, the next one I'm working on is this cute little clown one. And I've got my to-do list. And then in the Discord. I'll make a channel now, a thread. Big hit. Yeah, I'm glad. Ear options. Oh yeah, I did want to make also goblin ears. It would be nice if there was something that, like, matched the tone of the hat to the thing. But also, it's not necessary, because there's not a whole lot of things where I would actually want to do that. Maybe I will do this in games general. I will make a thread. At ideas for peak mod. Wowee. And now it is a thing in the Discord. Excellent. Mr. Baby? I saw a chicken come in here, and then... I don't know. The ear could be like arrow through head. Yeah, I was thinking so. Really looking forward to when I finish my tutorial so I can go nuts and make stuff too. I think you should, like, I don't know. Maybe I didn't super do it the right way, but I saw stuff that I wanted to make, and I was like, I want to make that. And then I just fucked around, and if I was like, I don't know how to do this, then I would just search that specific thing up. But I think it was because I was, like, impatient, maybe. How long have you been using Blender? I think it was day before yesterday or something was, like, officially 2 months of since I started. And so I feel very proud of myself. Even though, like, there's still a lot that I have to work on, and also probably a million things that I don't actually know how to do them. But I'm like, dang. Actually dropped one of these then. The smug. That's crazy. Thank you. Thank you. Doing good. Thank you. I just have a nice time. Just a good time. I was thinking too, I was like, do I make, like, you know, like the not really gimmicky things, but sort of like, I could make the fucking, like, Pikachu ears and all of that, but then I thought, first of all, fuck that, and second of all, it's nice to have, like, my own original stuff. The Labubus, they're not really original, but they're not really Labubus, because the Labubus are like, the Labubu, its fur has color, and then the face is whatever, peach color, I guess? Insane for picking it up that quick. I think I just fully, put all of my autism ADHD points into it. Great way to learn a new program. Going through tutorials can be boring, but playing around and going, I want to do this, how do I do it? Yeah, it's been good. Link for 24k is solid gold. Oh my god. Insane full stop, that too. Maybe. But yeah. That's what I want to do. And I've got notes everywhere of different things that I want to, like, model and stuff. Yeah. fucking Mudang eye. How do you respec your autism points? I don't know. I saw something on TikTok today too where someone was like, they said that meme thing, I think, where it was like, I didn't get the math autism, I got the blank, and they were like, stimming by listening to the same song on repeat and only that song, and I was like, oh yeah, same. Something helped when I first learned Blender, and you seem to have done, is you focused on what is a pretty narrow style and process. Low poly, simple colors helps a huge amount. Yeah, because there's so much to do. And I would like to learn the higher poly count stuff too. And, like the way that the, some of the other VTuber models work, which is where the blend shapes are like the face actually moving and stuff. And there's some other models that I want to work on. And then, yeah. Also, I need to know how to, I have something that I was like trying to sculpt because I've made basically like this building thing, but I want to add like actual texture to it of like bricks and like lines cut into it. And I was trying to use the sculpt thing and the sculpt tools, but I don't know if it needs more polygons for me to actually be able to do that or not. Stuff I work on currently, I transition from low poly stuff to what you do over to things like VR chat. It sounds cool. I would like to just keep learning and making stuff. And see how it goes. The 24K. She is just certainly something else. Let me grab it. 24K Labubu.
24-karat golden Labubu?
Yes, it is I, 24-karat golden Labubu, the only one in the world. I cost 200,000 pounds to make. As you can see, full body.
I am the owner of the one and only 24-karat gold Labubu in the world.
If you're wondering what do British people look like, this is what British people look like when you walk around. And sometimes you'll see a group of British girls and you'll go, they are really British. They are really British. How dare you? This is like, there's such a like look that some British girls have. Why so tan? It's fake tan. It's fake tan. Jersey Shore grade GB version. True. 3 of my sisters look exactly like that. See, and it's not me insulting it because she is still slay, right? But it's very like this like British culture of like, before I moved here, I don't think when I was out and about in America, I didn't notice as many people having lip filler as I do here. And I don't know if that's because the lip filler that they were having in America wasn't as extreme. But here in the UK, there's so many people where I'm like, I can tell that they have lip filler. Because especially their lips are quite large. And I get tempted sometimes because my lips are a little bit smaller. But then I also see when people have way too much. And I'm like, I don't want to accidentally do that. And also lip filler like dissolves, so you have to get it like topped up and stuff. And when, I'm pretty sure when the lip filler moves, it just goes into other parts of your face. And that's not good. They're getting all their cosmetic surgeries in Turkey where there's different regulations. Oh, like the teeth, right? And then also you can get lip filler migration, which is where it doesn't stay in your lip. And this happens like really easily too. and it's when it goes outside of the lip like that, and so you get what they call like a lip filler mustache, basically. Which can be, I think, like improper placement of the injections or not. But yeah, this is like natural lips, but opinion doesn't matter. No, I think that's good because there's like a lot of pressure to get plastic surgery, honestly. So it is kind of nice when it's like you don't have to. Hair implants for men. And I think, honestly, whatever you want to do to your body, you are the one that lives in your body, and you should enjoy living in your body. And if you want to change things about it, and you have the means to do so, you should. I do, however, think that regulations for what is too far need to be better, because there are a lot of people whose body dysmorphia is so bad that they don't know when they're doing too much, and then they end up like going so far on the opposite side of the spectrum that it just is bad. This woman, she's fine, but she does have the very British look of like this like dark longer hair, which probably these are extensions. I think these are filter eyelashes, like from a filter she's using, maybe, or they're either really big false eyelashes, or a lot of people get big eyelash extensions here. And then I assume she has some Botox, or there's a filter. You can also see she does some sort of tanning because the tones are uneven in places. You can see the hairline and everything. And then like this darker like shaped eyebrow is very British. But definitely the like self-tanning like spray tan stuff is very popular because there's no sun here. But you see like there will be like a group of girls, and in Bristol it's not as common because I think in Bristol everyone's a lot more what I would say is crunchy, which by that I mean granola, which by that I mean more like hippie and alternative, and so it's not so much this. Yeah, Botox is scary. I don't want any of that. There's some, well, I guess it's, what is that called? Hipster. I think it's a lot more hipster here. Take a trip out in Newcastle. Oh my goodness. Well, when I was walking around in London as well, a lot of it is satire based on the grinder. Yes, I do think so. But there was another lady that I saw. I do think this woman, like you can see in like her icon, she does have a similar normal style too. And I think there is some like exaggerations for the Labubu thing because of course like that's what she's getting popular for. But the lip fillers are not fake. But there is like a lot of satire involved too. But I did see the other day, there was this woman that like, I had to do a double take because it was a white British woman who had spray tanned to be very dark. And then she also had her hair braided in what I think would be like cornrows or something. And then she had her eyebrows like extremely dark, and she had huge lip fillers and like a lot of other plastic surgery, like she had her cheeks and her jaw done and everything, and she was not being satirical. And that I was like, okay, like I know that's a thing that happens and is very problematic, but just like I was like so taken aback by what I was seeing on my screen. It was quite what do they say? Just jarring. It was jarring. Body and mind dysmorphia. I think, it is really bad. I think with plastic surgery especially, it's like you can do these small changes over time to your appearance, like just a little bit of lip filler, just a little bit of my cheeks being shaped, just a little bit of my jawline being shaped. But you're always, like, I think a lot of people are like, oh, I'll just do a little bit more. I'll just do a little bit more. But then when you're doing that, you're seeing it in a slower process. And so you're getting, like, accustomed to what you're looking like. And that means that you're not seeing, like, the same thing that everybody else sees as well. No, that's her video that she was doing the grinder thing. It's pretty funny. A really long nose? I guess that wouldn't be too bad. But would you be better at sniffing? Would it help you? I don't know. Oh, earlier, Zadarin, thank you so much for the sub gifted to Zdeffer. And Dowie, thank you again for the 23 months. And Lightyear as well. Did I say thank you to Ravenblade? I think I did. Thank you so much. Thankfully, all of the people who are still getting spray tans aren't also the exact same people who are blaming anybody whose skin is darker than theirs for their country's problems, surely. Well, I think, honestly, like, there's such a weird dichotomy to that, isn't there? Because there's been, like, a change historically, right? Where it's like, European beauty standards were the ones that were the beauty standard of, like, oh, you have to have, like, super pale skin and, like, blonde hair and all of those sorts of things. And that happens in, like, a lot of different countries. Because I think there's, like, when I read this book for school, I think it's called The Good Earth, and it's a book about, like, very old-timey some Asian country. And it's, the people who were hard workers and were, like, working outside, of course, they were a lot more tan than people who never had to work. And so people that never had to work or go outside were a lot more pale. So then it was like this classicism that was also presented in, like, your actual appearance. And so then the beauty standards of having, like, paler skin. But now it's like this weird, like, I think, honestly, there's a lot of things we can blame the Kardashians for. Cultural appropriation being one of them. And I guess it would almost be this sort of, like, cultural misappropriation, because there's a lot of these beauty standards that people like the Kardashians are, like, setting standards for, of, like, thicker lips, like, maybe, like, darker hair, disappropriation, yeah. And, like, when BBLs, which BBLs are still pretty popular, but, like, BBLs and, like, all of these things which are inherently not European body standards and are things that people of color have been, like, harassed and bullied and, like, made fun of for a long time. Because I saw this video from this woman who was a black woman that was talking about, like, all of these, like, white people getting lip filler to have really big lips. And she's like, my lips and all of the people in my family's lips are naturally larger. And she was, like, bullied so much as a kid for them. And, like, I think she's probably around my age, like, millennial, right? And so in the 90s and early 2000s, the beauty standards were to be, like, anorexic and probably just, like, this, like, white European beauty standard. And then the Kardashians came along and did all of this, like, big asses, big lips, and this, like, I feel like they appropriate a lot of their, like, personality and, I don't know, just a lot of other things. And so it's, like, all of these things that we are now, like, trying to unnaturally, assimilate and, like, getting surgery to do are things that we've, like, literally like the old caricature, like the old racist caricatures, exaggerate a lot of those features because those features were seen as like not only other but, you know, undesirable and stuff. So, oh my god, it's very frustrating. But yeah, it's like Ricky said, the same people that are doing this like fake tanning and like BBLs and all of that. There's a lot of that demographic of people who are like still very racist and culturally insensitive. In America, white people simply can't stop ripping off black culture and calling it pop culture. Yeah. I've talked about it before of like this thing where I think a lot of white Americans have such a disconnect with having their own culture that they then are like doing a lot of cultural appropriation. And there's a lot of ways where you can enter into a space of another culture respectfully and like appreciate it and still enjoy those things in a way that is not culturally appropriating. But I think there's like a disconnect of like this like need that people have to have some sort of connection to culture of some kind and having a void from it. But I feel like we kind of only have ourselves to blame for that too, as in white people. Every bit of slang for like the last 10 years is just black culture that people learned from TikTok. Yeah. Can't get me started on this. We have no culture besides consumerism, so we have to fill the void. Yeah. I've done like a ton of rants about this in the past and also pissed a lot of people off, but like my family is so mishmash of like, I'm like, Mom, what is our ancestry? And she's like, oh, I don't know, like German, Italian, Polish, like all of these things. And then she's like, that's why we have spaghetti and eat pierogies and stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's not really like enough to like, you know, feel like we're doing a culture, you know? Like, and also you just told me like 8 different things. Are you sure? Because my mom, let me get my southern out, bless her heart. My mom, this is like the white people thing, right? My mom was like, oh, we have like 1/8 Cherokee or something. And I'm like, Mom, that is so fucking irrelevant. That is so extremely irrelevant and probably not even true at all. Ever do a DNA test thing? No, but I've gone on ancestry.com and there is like, my dad's side of the family has meticulously logged their family culture, or their family history rather, which is like just Polish essentially. And then my mom's side of the family, part of them have, and it is extremely Italian and then also extremely Irish. Is it the horny game? It's a little bit horny. Damn, see you on the reservation then. At least, I can say at least my mom, like, as misguided as she is at times, Mom, don't watch this. She is also very, like, accepting of everyone, or at least tries to be, which is good. But also, bless her heart sometimes. Andy, I have to send you my, family last name. Because I forgot, I was, like, trying to figure out if I could figure out more about my great-grandma's last name that was Italian as fuck. And then I ended up finding that the other part of her her maiden name is actually Irish as all fuck. As long as she's doing her best. She does her best. She needs some guidance sometimes. But also, it's like that age with my parents that are like, I don't know if you can teach an old dog new tricks sometimes, you know? Are you trying to get an EU passport? No, I was thinking of when I want to legally change my name. And so I was thinking maybe I would take my great-grandma's last name. My great-grandpa, great-grandma's last name. And so I was like, okay, let me see what the history of this is. Because the one that they have is cool as fuck. It's like a good one. Boba boba. That could work. Or, as you've typed it out with the emote, you son of a bitch boba. I don't know if I can legally change my name to you son of a bitch. I could try my best, but I don't know that they'd allow me. Hello, Chris. Family is 4th-generation Irish, but the other side is German from before the American Revolution. It does suck, because I'm like, I think part of the disconnect is like depending on who in your family will actually carry on traditions and stuff. Because my grandma, like my great-grandma, she did a lot of Italian shit. And she talked about those things. But of course, then that never carried down. None of the Irish carried down because I was completely not even aware of it. And then my real dad's side of the family, they are very Polish. And they did, like, embrace that a lot, which was pretty nice, but I was estranged from that family because of my dad, like, my entire life, so I didn't get any of it, right? Western white people are so obsessed with their ancestry, but so many people don't have any tangible connection to that culture in their daily lives. Yeah, it's different because there are some places where I feel like, and I feel like part of the problem, of course, is this, like, American issue. I'll switch this. This American issue of, like, there used to be, like, this sense of community in America. But now that this, like, situation in America for a long time of, like, capitalism and consumerism is pitting people against each other, no one actively engages in community anymore because those people are now your enemies. So you're, first of all, not learning about other cultures, but you're also not learning about what could be your own culture, I guess, because there are, like, pockets in America of culture, right? But right now, it feels like most of those are non-European cultures most of the time. And I say that as, like, there's a lot of larger Spanish communities that are very proud of their culture and keep that alive. And lots of, like, different Asian communities as well. But I think with, like, European communities, there's sometimes where it's, like, people who are Italian, maybe, like, stick that out together and do their Italian shit together. But I think there's no more sense of community to, like, not only be involved in, like, the melting pot of what, you know, New York originally used to be and such, but just not even interacting in their own sort of, like, what could be their own culture and family history. Italian American is its own thing now. Yeah, that too. Because that has deviated a lot, which is cool and interesting in its own way also, and does have basic roots back. My aunt spent hundreds of dollars on genealogy, but it's like, for what? Are you gonna start eating black pudding for breakfast now? That would be so disappointing, though, if that was the takeaway from that. You're like, oh, it's only British. What can we have? What? Google's British things? Gravy, black pudding. Sorry to British people. But also, y'all fucked around and found out. Okay? And so that's why you are the way you are. I find it offensive when Americans call themselves Irish. Yeah. I think it's like... It's difficult because there is this very intrinsic void of wanting to have culture. And that's a big problem as to why cultural appropriation exists. But I think... I don't know. I don't know what solution there is besides, like, the Italian-American, Irish-American sort of thing. The overwhelming consensus in Ireland. Well, there's so much that Irish people have gone through as well. And, like, still continue to have to, like deal with and face and remember being in Ireland too. I was looking at Welsh history, and I was like, damn, like, because I saw a video of this British couple that bought a house in Wales, and it was their first house, and they're like, we saved so much money buying a house in Wales, and look how beautiful this house is, and this house is over like 800 years old or something like that. And all the Welsh people in the comments were really pissed, and they were like, okay, so you moved over and have, like, I guess more opportunities and maybe like a higher like, I've become so bad at trying to explain my thoughts recently. My brain is mush. But like, basically, I guess their amount of money that they had versus like people who are in Wales and like are struggling a bit more. They're like, okay, so you came over and bought a historically Welsh house, and now someone who has lived here their whole life can't buy it. And I was like, ooh, I do kind of understand that. Also, because then I saw a bunch of shit about how bad England fucked over Wales more than once, and I was like, ooh, that makes it a lot worse too. It's not that bad. Then I remember my childhood was different to everyone's. Yeah. People want to be special. Well, I think that's the thing, right? Because identity is super, super important. And I think that's why we have labels for things. And like, it's really cool when you find the label that fits you. And I think, I wonder, and I'll voice it aloud because even though it's like, ooh, it's a bit scary. I wonder if majority, not saying all of them, but majority of the people who culturally appropriate are cisgender heterosexual, because I think the identity and culture that comes with being queer and gender questioning probably sort of gives you something that then fills the void that other people are missing, which is sad, because just because someone is cis and heterosexual, rest in peace, doesn't mean that they shouldn't feel like they belong to something. But that also doesn't mean that like straight pride or like anything else needs to be a thing. But I guess then it's like, do you create your own identity, and how do you figure out where you belong? I don't know. Us normies want to be special too. Yeah. I've sure heard a lot about gay people pulling back from black women and not really being super respectful about it. See, that's why I didn't include the, because I was thinking I was gonna add, like, is that also a predominant, like, place where racism exists too, right? Is from more so, like, cisgender heterosexual people. However, I do know that, especially from what I've read, in the, like, mostly, like, gay men, there's a lot of appropriation of, like, especially, like, black culture and black women. But then, with that happening, still a lot of racism and, like, not being respectful from where that culture has come from. And same with, because there's a lot going on with trans rights, of course, being at jeopardy. And, like, the big queer movement that happened, I think majority of the progress can be attributed to trans people, especially trans women, especially trans women of color. And then that's the first part of our alphabet, of our LGBTQIA, that is then, like, not only overlooked, but ostracized, demonized, and all of those things. It's some interesting stuff to, like, want to learn about and think about. And also to feel like I am definitely not even remotely equipped to disseminate and, you know, consider information on. But I feel like since I haven't been in school, and since I haven't been reading books, that I don't know how to fucking talk, that my words do not work, that I can't get the word that I know exists, but that I don't remember what it is. So hopefully most of that was coherent and didn't sound like I was either bullshitting or that I'm a fucking idiot. So, which I am, in many respects, a fucking idiot. But there are things that I don't want to be a fucking idiot that are important, so I try. An ADHD thing college didn't fix for me. Streaming is a 20 to 60% mental debuff. I think that's been like, it's like a debuff that stacks though, because I think the longer that I've been doing it, the more that my brain has rotted also. Broken. Venturing into the field of gender studies, it's going to be complicated and hard to elaborate on eloquently. Yeah, I got the 100% debuff. I did, I've stacked it many times. And I'm taking psychic damage. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. There's a lot of shit. That's why I was like, ooh, if I'm making... This is how I can... Here's how I'm fighting the white man. I'm going to add cultural hats to my Blender model. Woo, yippee! Though I do think that's a good way to start, even though I am a white person doing it. But hey, if I've got a fucking platform to do it, and that platform is 3D modeling hats and putting them into a video game where you climb a mountain and actually never see yourself, I got you. I fucking got you. That's like a big thing that I've been seeing too with all of the stuff going on in America with the ICE raids and such, is people actually engaging in community by protecting the Latinx people in their like neighborhood community, and also white women actively putting themselves in front of police and fucking with them to protect other people. And I'm like, hell yeah. Now that's the kind of white woman we need. If you need anything explained to you, Boba, I'm happy to get on a call and tell you all about it from my straight white guy perspective. Now see, that's what I need. That's what I think that I'm missing out on. I think there is value in that too, though, of course. And I think, like, when there's this self-awareness of it. Because I do also, like, you know, not to, lament, but I do also feel bad for, I feel bad for straight white men, too. Because there's a lot of lack of identity, a lot of lack of community, a lot of lack of culture, and I feel like that's why a lot of straight white men can get radicalized, in that then they are, you know, more likely to invest in incel culture and, you know, like, join these political cults and such, because there's such a lack of identity and, like, feeling like you fit in. And also, of course, there's, like, you know, misandry and, like, a lot of, like, queer people and, you know, POC and women will be like, I hate men, or, like, you know, POC may be like, I hate white people and stuff. And then, of course, there's the not all men, not all white people, or something like that. And you have to just kind of separate yourself from that, because, obviously, yes. But also, I do think part of the problem of where a lot of this is coming from is because people do not know how to be okay with the identity that they have, or how to, like, find a way to fit in that is not something that becomes then quite harmful. You know what everyone needs to do? If you're a straight white guy and you're like, man, I don't know what to do with all this energy. I want to have a group. I want to have a culture. I want to get involved. Here's what you do. Start LARPing. Join a Dungeons and Dragons group. You're good. Go to Japan. See? And you could have your own 1972? 75? Japanese summer holiday. I think it's great though. Move to Berlin. There's that too. Metal music. I don't know. Play video games. Bang a dude. Try it out. You'll never know. You'll never know. Do not start a podcast. You can. As long as it's a nice podcast. I visited Moscow a decade ago. Someone wanted to take a photo of me because they never saw a POC before. It's really difficult, but ignorance is just ignorance, not evil. Yeah, that too. Like, that one guy that's been traveling, I think, all around. There's a lot of people that I see who are people of color that travel around China and speak pretty, at least conversational Chinese. And I think a lot of people, especially in rural areas, have never seen someone POC before. And so they're just naturally curious. And there is like a difference between like malicious ignorance and just ignorance. Like being ignorant is not a bad thing as long as you recognize that you're ignorant, you know? And like, you're like, oh, I'm ignorant on this thing, so I want to learn about it. A whole cottage industry on YouTube of dudes like that. A lot of people have a hard time ignoring criticism when it's mentioned about their group and doesn't apply to them. Yeah, it's tough because you don't want to be a bad guy. You don't want someone to be like, I hate this person. And you're like, but I'm that person. Because I feel like that sometimes too, right? I'm a white person, and if people are like, I hate white people, I'm like, oh, but I'm a white people. And then I go, actually, yeah, you do have a bit of a point, and I understand. And I know that you're not specifically talking about me. Because if you are, just say, I hate that bitch. And I'd say, you know what? I might have done something to cause this. I don't know. A societal goal to eliminate ignorance. It is because the stupider your population is, the easier they are to control, and the more hateful and ignorant your population is, the easier they are to control. And you can say, hey, you should hate that guy next door who moved over illegally from Mexico and does really hard work. You should hate that guy because he's taking your money. And then that person does not have the ability to think critically and either fact check or double guess that, basically to like doubt what you're saying, right? Because then they're like, yeah, I should hate that guy. You're right, very rich man who doesn't pay taxes. I should hate that guy. Second guess, that's the one. I'm so smart now. I went to university. You spent your entire life in the same 600 square miles of the Mongolian steppe. I can't possibly accept you to keep your woke card up to date. Yeah, I think it's like, not everybody has. It's like when I was growing up, right? I talked to someone about this the other day. I was talking to Ninja about this. When I was growing up in Florida, my family's white. They are predominantly 99% Republican. And they had a lot of things that they were saying that were racist. I know, big surprise, my family is white. Sorry to break it to you this way. But they did have a lot of things that they said that were racist. And like, I didn't actively engage in that. But like, when I finally went to school that wasn't a private Christian school, and I was meeting people who were not white, and I would remember the things that my family said, I'll be like, I don't think this stuff is true. Like, I'm talking to this person, and I think the stuff that they were saying is not true. But that's also really difficult to question, because why would your family lie to you about things, right? Why would they? Why would they lie? And so I think a lot of people have a difficult time either not wanting to break out of that because it's easier to be ignorant and not have to think, or they don't want to question their family values, or they never get outside of that bubble to then realize that these ignorant and racist ideas are not based in truth. He's bold. Bold. It's the liberal colleges that are brainwashing my kid into feeling empathy. And that's also, like, when people are like, oh, I don't want my kid to go to university because they'll come back a woke liberal. Do you mean that they'll just meet other people who are not, you know, your demographic? They'll come back a gay woke liberal. Okay, so you're afraid that they'll go to university, meet other people who then challenge these ideas that you've instilled in them from your own ignorance and fear, and then they'll also learn about other places that exist, and they'll also learn about other identities, and they'll also learn how to maybe think critically, and they'll be like, hey, yeah, that stuff's not true. Funny you should say that, because I'm reminded of Hogan's ridiculous excuse when he was exposed as a racist. There's so much that's like, I can see how people do not challenge these things and remain ignorant either by wanting to or like just not having the chance to not be ignorant. But I think there's also a lot of opportunity for people to get off their ass and be like, oh, maybe I should think about this instead. Cute headphones. Thanks, people hater. A million times, but it's literally just 100% rooted in meeting people, and then it comes down to whether or not you have a shred of empathy for your fellow human. I've been chipping away at this shit with my dad for years. Yeah. My mom will send me these, like, YouTube videos, like last year or something. She was like, oh my god, this is so sad. France is completely underwater right now. And I was like, Mom, this video has 10,000 views. It's not from a news agency. All of the comments are weird as hell on it. Also, I googled it, and it's not in the news. So, I don't think it's real. My mom will send me these videos too of people talking about, like, a situation in the UK where she's like, oh, they're letting this woman who is, what was it? She's like, this Indian woman from this video is explaining how people move to the UK illegally, and then the UK lets them stay, and then they get to be criminals there. And I'm like, who's this woman? Mom's like, well, she went to this university or something is what she said. And I'm like, is she a government official? Like, and my mom is not doing it because my mom is like agreeing with this woman. My mom is at all times concerned for my safety. And when I moved out for the first time, my mom was absolutely terrified, and she's like, someone's going to break into your house and murder you, and I'm so scared. And I'm like, that's not going to happen. And so she sends me these things because she's just afraid. And so then I'm like, okay, let's fact check this. And then usually she's like, okay, I guess that makes sense. Hogan gave an interview with ABC on August 31st in which he pleaded forgiveness for his racist comments, attributing these to a racial bias inherited from his neighborhood in Tampa while growing up. This was actually a quote from Boba misattributed to Hulk Hogan. You know, okay. I have that, like, I have maybe 3 degrees of separation from Hulk Hogan, in that my stepdad worked with a guy who was in a movie with Hulk Hogan, and when that movie came out, because he was an extra in it. We watched that movie and we're like, there's that guy. And also, Hulk Hogan lived relatively close to me. So, and there's, on Clearwater Beach, I'm pretty sure there was just a statue of him there, because I think he paid for it. I grew up basically all white rural areas on the opposite end where I didn't even realize things were racist, or I'd extrapolate the wrong reason people thought it was funny and repeat it. Oh, they're just making a funny face, that's why it's funny. Yeah, I think it's like, it's difficult to be in sort of, not only an echo chamber and all of that, but if you don't learn any different, how are you gonna know also? Recently, Ethel Kane, who is a white transgender woman, someone went back and found some like tweets or social posts from her where she's saying some very bad racist things, and I'm pretty sure using the big extreme no-no word. And she was like, oh, you know, my family, I think, was she from Florida too? She's like, oh, my family is all very racist, and I didn't know any better and stuff, and I'm really sorry and everything like that. But also then I was like, oh, that really sucks. Like, first of all, I still ain't never said that word ever, so I don't super understand that. Not even typed it out ever. But, you know, not everyone's built the same. But, then they were like, but I think she was 19 or 20 when she did that, and I was like, okay, I feel like maybe if you were like 12 or something before you start to like mentally and emotionally develop, it's still not right, but there is like a bit of a difference between someone who is like 19 or 20 saying those things. So, yeah. Yeah. Anyways. Hulk Hogan, what a guy. His family seems a bit like jerks. Saw your title and the song popped. It's Friday? It's Friday. It's because I couldn't think of anything else. And here I am. Here I am. Tampa area getting a lot of focus right now. I know. The Hulk Hogans. The Hulk Hogans. I wonder, is that where Ethel Kane is from? I gotta Google it. Where is Ethel Kane from? Tallahassee, Florida. Florida not doing so much for its reputation, but also the other day there was some, I think it was the governor got on stage and there was a Florida man in the audience that was really fucking telling him off and telling him to fuck off. And so, you know what? Not all Florida men. What does the tiramisu and called torb tags on your stream mean? Tiramisu is the superior dessert. That's me connecting to my Italian culture. It's not. I just fucking love tiramisu. And called torb. Torb is in the chat. Torb's username is the one that's the key smash. And, one day I'll call Torb? I don't know. It's like we got two birds with one stone with gross old people passing away. Round of applause. The Disney pile drives the government into the dirt. Hopefully shit will change. I don't know. Not far from here is a boba store, and right next to it, a tiramisu shop. I ordered bubble tea the other day and got it delivered. And they also had tiramisu cake that they were selling, so you know I also got one of those. You know I did. Yeah, Torb did roast me also. Still never had boba tea. Well, you'll have to come visit again soon, Jamolki. Justin McElroy gets his giant cookie, now Hogan's dead. I don't remember that. Yeah, tiramisu is just the best dessert. I'm heading down before Christmas. Excellent. Bitch. Before Christmas. It's not even yet August, Jamalki. And you're telling me to wait how long? What the fuck? Jamalki, did you see my joke I made earlier? Because your room is basically going to light on fire? You need... Is there... I'm asking this question, and I'm actively realizing I may be having a blonde moment. Is there something besides water? Because I know some of you fucks will make that joke, so before I do that, is there something that you could spray on stuff that makes it not going to catch on fire? Not water, and not a fire extinguisher, because that's for after the fire. Loads of things. So what should Jamalki put on his, I've used all of my brain for today. What should Jamalki put on his... The wall! Floof! The noise-canceling floof! Sound-dampening floof. That's the Amazon description. All of the words that I just said sequentially are the Amazon title. Foam? Yes, foam. Fireproofing material. Sound deadening panels. I was like, what? Deadening? Why are they gonna catch on fire? There are a million of them on his wall. It is as if he has sealed himself into a tomb. He has. If there are to be a fire, then he has sealed himself into a tomb. His own tomb. He can post his picture in the chat. Are they not fireproof? I don't know. It looks very like I could make it fire. Foam melts rather than burns. Is it like... Is sound deafening foam to fire as cotton candy is to raccoon with water? Okay, now take what I just said just now and do a compilation of all the smart shit that I was just talking about cultural appropriation, even though I verbally struggled through it a little bit. Take all of the really cool, smart shit that I just said about cultural appropriation and consumerism and all of that, and then at the very end of that hypercut, put the thing that I just said. Because someone has borrowed the brain cell and it's gone now. And it does no longer exist. And it is gone. Is the foam explosively flammable? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. This is like someone... What Zed had just said in my chat is someone voice to texting into Google as they're driving home because they've watched a dog knock over a candle in their room. That's what that is. I'm so lost. It looks like it can catch on fire. I'm not an expert on what things catch on fire. FireTech WT102 is a water-based liquid thing that can be applied to soundproofing foam. Okay, I'm just looking out for Jamalki is what I'm saying. Because his room looks like if a candle were to be knocked over, everything would catch on fire. Alright, and my final request before I go pee real quick and then I start the video game. 2 hours into the stream. Wah! Captain Ben, thank you for the bits. Can someone buy me? I just put Etsy into the search bar of Etsy. I have completely mentally checked out and used all of my fucking smart for the day. Dude. I've moved on to my second gender, which is absolute fucking idiot. This is so totally unrelated. I want chainmail. So if anyone feels like giving me a gift ever, can you send me some chainmail? Not to make myself, maybe, but also I don't have the hyperfixation points to put into that. But on Etsy and wherever else, there's like chainmail tops and stuff, and also like a chainmail hat. Or if you make chainmail, please send me some chainmail. I want to wear chainmail. I think it will fix what's wrong with me. The medieval autist in my soul wants chainmail because I think it will function like a weighted blanket and it will fix me. If I was wearing chainmail right now, I'd still be talking like I was 10 minutes ago, where I was smart. But since my energy has drained and I do not have weighted chainmail that I'm wearing, I've become stupid. And that's the story I'm sticking to. How much sleep did you get? Fuck off. Yeah, that's actually the reason. I forgot. Okay? I slept from maybe 5 a.m. or later to like 10 a.m. Okay? That's not enough hours for me. I need like definitely 8 or 9. You didn't do it this time, Ninja. It was me. I was laying in bed and I was like, I should 3D model a hijab for the video game. And then I was thinking, what other accessibility things exist? And then I was like, I don't need to Google it right now. I can go to sleep. And then I fucking Googled it. Some people can function on 5 hours or less. I cannot. I will die. I know, Jamalki. That's you, but I can't do that. Psycho Hedgehog, thank you for the raid. I hope you had a good stream. I'm gonna play a video game in a moment, but I do have to pee. And I might get a drink. Get me my chainmail. Steffer was saying something. Steffer, are we gonna meet up IRL? No, Steffer wants chainmail. Yeah, okay, me and Steffer will do a photo shoot with chainmail if you send it to us. I wear a size probably small in whatever the fuck you sent me. I'm 5 feet tall. Here's my measurements. 5 foot tall, and we can round up to 44 kilograms. 2 pounds. Wait. That's not right. 45? 45. I have to be more than that. 46? 46 kilograms. I think I'm 46 or 47 kilograms. So I'm between 101 and 103 pounds. And I'm built like, I'm built like specifically this ancient fertility idol. Because this fucking measurement don't fit anything. A little pooch there. What can I say? This though would be a little bit rounder. But I didn't quite think, because I ain't got all this going on. And I don't got this going on. And I don't know if there's a... Well, there is a back to it, but I don't... Not quite. Or not quite there. That... It's a bit closer. Specifically... That. Maybe... If those are arms. Okay? So what I'm... What I'm saying is... If you buy me a top, the top can be small. But if you buy me any bottoms, they have to be a medium. Which is very annoying unless I buy swimsuits in 2 pieces. A mole person? The chainmail will... No, it will make me stronger! I could do it. It will I'll be like Rock Lee, okay? It will make me stronger. Stainless steel chainmail armor. Which one is this? Fuck off, Tony, you son of a bitch. That is not... I don't think I've ever said that to Tony. But he deserves it for this one. I look at just the picture. You son of a bitch. This is not accurate sizing. That's not... It's not accurate. Okay. I will play the video game after I go pee. This is for you. I can't fucking believe how dumb I am now after being smart. You cannot ask me my crotch depth. And I don't know how to measure that. My crotch depth. Do a 3D body scan. I am not putting any wax in there. I don't know what my measurements are. I just buy small. I think I'll have to measure everything. I've got some sort of like measuring tape somewhere. Crotch depth. Inseam, yeah. It's not very tall. I had to buy a children's fixed-gear bicycle frame in order to ride a bicycle. Have you ever been fitted for a dress? Ain't no one ever measured me, ever. No one ever has. I had to buy a bicycle frame that was 43 centimeters. And then I could have bought 650 wheels that are meant for children. But I think I had 700s or something like that. And I had no clearance over the top tube. Over the top bar of my bicycle frame. Okay, why has this turned into roasting me? Does it have sparkles in a basket and little ribbons? I'll measure you. This is live bullying. Was happy when capri pants were a thing because I could get one that fit. That's not true. Though I do have to buy jeans in short, like from Hollister. Whatever. I'll get measurements after I find my measuring tape. And then I will put those somewhere, I guess. It's turned into roasting you because you said chainmail would make you smart. It's not fucking ARPG. It's not gonna have plus 10 intelligence or intellect. You don't know what my base stats are. And I have a debuff right now of streaming. And I just ulted, okay? I just ulted when I did my big, cool, really smart talk. And now I'm ticking up my timer again until I can ult again, okay? We make a life-size Boba doll. I don't super know about that one. Because I've seen a few movies like that, and usually they're like, it's not a great thing. I would get a body pillow, though, with me on it, but it would have to be a funny one. Yeah. I think about it. Okay, I'll go pee, and then maybe also it will make me less insane. Maybe I'll piss out my insanity. Okay, I'll be back. just deal with it. I almost pressed the wrong button. Mr. Chunky. Mr. guy's so big. Mister baby. It smells nice. What a guy. You thought Jamoki's band was called Flesh Pocket. Each their own. Yeah, Gilgamesh a big boy. Are you the big chicken? I got his hair in my mouth though. Thank you again for the bits, Captain Ben. When you asked me my crotch depth. Look at that guy. What are you doing? Druid D. Corvus. Thanks for the 44 months. Alright. We'll play a video game. How much of one? We'll see. So. I need the fan to be only pointing at me also. It's very warm, which is why I changed my shirt. I will put the camera back on. There. This is my top 10 things I've seen someone do in a stream. Use TTS to ask someone their crotch depth is amazing. Is that what it says on there? On like, on Etsy or something? Because I did think it was inseam, but I don't know, maybe it's something different, other places or something. Okay. Alright, let me drink some water. Because I fucking yapped a lot. And then... what were you doing in the game? So, we're playing as Michelle, who was in a relationship with someone, who that someone is now a famous actress who is on a talk show, or not a talk show, who's on this like soap opera basically. And it seems like the soap opera is like very similar to the story of when she and Michelle were together or something like that. And then we got kidnapped by a demon who gave us a third eye so we can see demons and spirits and stuff now. And the demon wants us to love them so that they can turn into... do they want to turn into an angel? Is that what happens? Or is it... I can't remember if no one knows what happens if a human and a demon fall in love. Because if an angel and a demon fall in love, the angel will become... oh, they'll both become human over time. And if an angel can then become a demon... yeah. So it's because her heart couldn't heal without a human or some shit, yeah. Regain part of what they lost, to use their own words, yeah. Buffy the Vampire, sort of. But we're like one of the people that the demon has tried to make fall in love with them. And then so far, we have taken the third eyes from 2 previous people that the demon also did this to. And that has given us more power. And we shoot a gun that is also a dog, basically. And then we also have a shotgun, and then we have like a big powerful thing. And there's demons, and it's kind of like Resident Evil-ish, like old Resi. And it's very queer, and it's just good. So now we just defeated the second monster boss, who was previously a pop singer. I can snap to go third eye mode. Gosh, how long is this freaking hallway? Almost there. And one of those rooms is one of those doors is the room to our apartment. And see, okay, so there's that angel that keeps saying that the demon that they used to love, or the demon that they're still in love with, is not allowed to be with them because they don't want to change. I don't know who that is, because it kind of looks like the Duchess, but not really. I don't think we can get in this door yet. We need a key. We do not have any keys, right? No, we have very spicy hot sauce. Every pop singer is a final boss you have to beat one day. Perhaps so. No one has ever asked me my crotch depth, says Jamalki, and Mito Choco says, we don't have to because you keep putting your foot up on your desk and we can see it all. Is this true? Hot sauce in the keyhole, it melts. Maybe. Here's the eyeball that hates us. Oh, disgusting. You've got some nerve coming in here. Are you going to attack me in my own room too? No. Nothing of the sort. Will you forgive me? I simply want you out of my way. If you step aside, perhaps I would. So I think they want to be with the demon, but they are just a big eyeball. And we did explode them. If I break the curse, does it break it for all the victims? No. And what do you gain by trying to ruin my escape? If you break your curse, you'll be the one that got away. The very first. You'll put the Duchess in a crisis. They might dwell on it for years, or worse, decades. I can't even bear to imagine it. How will I get my much-needed torture? You should leave. Urkiel, thanks for the tier 3. And 47 months. That's wild. Thank you so much. What more do you want? I don't think I've asked these before. Other victims. I know what you're up to. I've been watching you, Michelle, even when you don't realize it. Gross. If you think I'm going to help you defeat the Duchess, then you are a fool's fool. You'll get nothing out of me. Any torture you could come up with would be no match to the Duchess's craft. What more do you want? There isn't more to know. They've been in search of love since the beginning of time, way before humans marked the earth with their perpetual stench. Why haven't they ever been successful? They want to find love and for things to remain unchanged. You see, love has an effect on all things, and more so on us Celestials. To find love would mean that they would have to leave this world, and all power that comes with it, behind. I need the Duchess to be a part of my world. I need my torture, Michelle. Everything should stay the same forever. What do they like besides torture? Hanno Chocolat, absolutely obsessed with them at the moment. Are we done here? I wouldn't want the Duchess to walk in on like this and skip my torture routine. Why do they want to be tortured? You mean the shirtless fool that looked like a banana? Or that looks like a banana, yeah. With the face only a mother could love. If you could find a way to get rid of him, I'd almost resign myself to helping you. He tends to act a bit suspicious in the hall to the dining area. I can't stand watching the guy. He's been grabbing victims for the Duchess left and right, taking more time away from my torture. Now I'm relegated to the drugs of the torture regime. An absolute pittance of attention. What more do you want? Okay, so if we can get rid of Daryl, which we're already trying to do, the eyeball will like us. Great, can you leave now? If the Duchess does make a surprise visit, I don't want you stealing the show. Disgusto. Gonna paint your bedroom wall like this? That seems, not good, maybe. First I imagined this disembodied, booming, deep voice, but now I imagine this shrill, annoying, mosquito-like voice. That's the voice I usually do for them. But since I've yapped so much... What are you doing, Clarissa? You look a bit dodgy standing in the corner like this. She has a country accent. Hee, do I look that suspicious? I figured the Duchess's hotel would be the best place to look for some more dirt on Daryl. I need something serious, something terrible, something unforgivable that will make Oakley turn his back on Daryl forever. Since Daryl banned me from the bar, it's hard to know what's going on in his life. I have to resort to some more drastic forms of espionage. Oakley and Daryl are still together and my window to ruin what they have is beginning to close. I see. If it's something truly bad, concrete evidence will be most effective. We can't risk any disbelief. I have a camera, but all the photos I've taken so far are useless. You should have it instead. Wait, I never agreed to this. And I'm an angel telling you, a human, what to do. Hey, don't pull rank on me. Why don't you hear me out? Then you can do what you feel is right. You have more liberty to wander around the hotel. Daryl won't suspect anything if he sees you. There were whispers at the bar that Daryl gets Oakley supplies from the hotel's kitchen. Haven't you ever wondered why so many demons hang out at Oakley's diner? The camera has only one shot left, so make it count. If you find something awful, take a photo and show it to Oakley tomorrow. I better leave before Daryl finds me. Hee. So we already sort of, fucked Daryl over by telling him to take a rat into Oakley's diner while the, health inspector was there. What's this one saying? Cleaning the rooms for our guests can take so long, especially if there are humans strewn all over the place. These ones are all just closed because they have residents in them, I guess. What's Robin saying? I knew that Daryl was linked to your curse somehow, but I would have guessed he was the right-hand man of the Duchess. We have the same nose ring! I couldn't imagine giving an idiot like that any kind of responsibility. He must be a huge liability. He totally is. He'll be easy to take down. Take down? Michelle, all we need to do is break the curse. The more we avoid him, the better. It's better to deal with someone like him now while I have the tools to do it, don't you agree? Look, I don't like the guy either, but going out of your way to trip him up just makes you more like him. Don't join the world of trickery. You'll eventually find yourself on the wrong end of the stick. Just saying. Terrible ideas aside, let's make sure we get what we came here for. Let's focus. Try and eke out some info on the next victim. Have a look around. You might be able to get info straight from the Duchess if you're lucky. I might have a look for a bite to eat while we're here. Are you safe here? It's not so easy for me to poke around in the Duchess's business here without raising some eyebrows, but I'll be alright. Anything else? I wish I'd made this game. All of it's so good. And I love the way that they have made everything. You probably have a better luck getting intel here than me since you'll be seen as harmless. Anything else? Benedict's relic? Not had any luck finding it. I'm guessing it's locked away somewhere tricky to get to. I'm not able to easily explore all of the hotel, but I can sense it's here. A relic like that has a certain feeling to it that can't be ignored. I think there's a good reason you don't catch many demons on the same floor as the victim hall. Have you seen the Duchess? Thankfully not. The two of us wouldn't get on so well. You look disappointed. I'm curious is all. Learning more about the Duchess might help. So I guess, is it meant to be that it's like being alluded to that Michelle does like the Duchess, sort of? Or is at least intrigued by them, I guess. Want to make a hat with horns? It is good, isn't it? Learning what exactly? A way out of this curse. I was hoping you would say exactly that. Anything else? No. Just try and keep your cool, alright? I do want to fuck over Daryl, though, because you know what? Fuck that guy. Is that my mailman over there? Oh, we've got more points. Do you have anything of note, my new friend? Sell artifacts. Oh my gosh. Oh, I thought we had a ton. A rare manipulator's mirror? I will give you 17 yowzas for it. Yes. A mirror said to have the ability to hypnotize anyone who gazes upon it. Shame it is smashed. Let's sell the other one too. Comb. Player's comb for 25 yowzas. Okay. Sell Flair's comb. Amazing. This is no ordinary comb, no. It is used to pull back skin from the flesh. Careful you don't touch the teeth. You know what I'm thinking. What have we got? I want to buy this clip upgrade. Yes. What else do we want? So we've got 42. Can buy it to increase that to 5. Increase shotgun damage. Ooh, I do like that. But it doesn't feel super necessary, I feel like. I don't know if there might not be any mods here today. I can do it. What's this game called? Sorry, we're closed. Also, I forgot to post on Blue Sky that I was going live. No mods? No mods? Maybe I'll do plus... So what is this? 44, I can't even do that one. Water bottle capacity, I don't super care about that. Maybe I do this one. How do we min-max this? Is there anything that will come out to 12 yowzas? If we do 30 in another. No kissing. Maddie Conroy, thank you for the 3 months. I hope you're having a good day. Thank you very much. One of the axe things, 15. Yeah, but 30 and 15 is 45, right? I know that, at least. I wonder how much... Because, okay. So... The way that fighting in this game works is you've got to shoot like different parts of the enemy. But it feels like you always have to shoot the same amount of times. I'll just do it anyways. Let's see if we can buy anything else. 39, 21. Nothing else yet. I did miss an artifact though, which sucks. Cerberus? We've been here for hours. This is no way to start a holiday. We heard the service here was going downhill, but we had no idea things were this bad. This is definitely all Daryl's fault. Is it a good idea to talk about your boss like that when he might be around to overhear? We're on holiday, babe. He's not our boss when we're off the clock. Have you seen other victims in town before? Why would I bother talking about work while on vacation? Get lost. I like their little gloves. Damages more for the times when you don't or can't hit the crits. Oh, true. Reduce the number needed to kill overall in and out. Yeah. Hotel manager. Another night and another victim confession takes place. This event tends to be one of our most popular. Watching live torture really livens the place up and piques the appetite. Kitchen. Daryl has restricted access to the kitchen in the hopes that making it more efficient. It's worked somewhat. He won't even let me pass into the kitchen. You'll have to ask him yourself. It's in the hallway through the door next to the reception desk. Other victims. Where does the Duchess keep their victims? In their rooms until they're called out for a love confession, which they usually fail. You know where any of the doors lead to? I might be the manager, but the Duchess's victims are none of my business. Even if they were, I wouldn't tell you. Well, whatever. What's this one have to say? Hello, Michelle. Are you enjoying the hotel yet? Sorry, all information on the resident guests is confidential. We try to discourage letting them mix with each other. I want to go home. You really ought to use the door that leads to your room. It would be the fastest way to get there. You'd better see the Duchess if you want to open your room door. Kitchen. Daryl has restricted access to the kitchen, so you need to speak to him if you want to get in there. It's in the hall that leads to the dining room. Okay, I guess we go to the kitchen now. So we can't go out the front door. Oh, he's talking to this guy. This fucking guy. Can't he put a goddamn shirt on? How did he sound? What do you mean it's not good enough? I'm busting my ass here. What more could you want? The Duchess is indeed crazy about pain or chocolate, but it's not enough. You need to do better. Sort yourself out, Daryl, or the Duchess will sort you out for yourself. Wait. Sort out. If there's... Then the Duchess... I think I got it. The Duchess will sort you out if you don't sort you out. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a show to put on in the dining hall. Piss off. He could put a shirt on, y'all. If I wasn't forced to work here, I'd spend all my time in the dining room. Chef Armando's cooking is unbeatable. Just their Dan, just like me, for real. Wait till you see Armando, though. He's the best. Okay, that's the postman. We know that one. If it ain't her royal deadness. Daryl. I can't believe the Duchess is still lighting a fire under my ass. Admittedly, I'd probably do a better job if Oakley was happier. When Oakley's unhappy, it's all I can think about. I can't focus on work. I don't want to lose Oakley. He makes me a better person. That party rat's in the corner. Piss. I almost forgot. It's all gone wrong. Why did I even bother with that stupid plan? I'll have to take a couple of fingers off you for this. I'll need my fingers if you want my help to fix this, you fool. The only thing you'll be helping are the fishes as they devour your carcass in the deep, dark, lonely sea. They're hungry, Michelle. I want to feed them. Oh, fuck yes. Let's fucking go. Oh. Thanks, I needed that. I was spiraling a bit there. That wouldn't have been any good for Mimi to see. Mimi is what I'm calling our new baby hamster. Yep. Baby hamster. Rat. Mimi is short for Michelle. I thought I'd remember you in my own way after... Yeah, R.I.P. forever. What do I do now? Oakley is furious. There has to be some way to make it up to him. You'll come up with something if you stop babbling like a baby first. Daryl, what does your man want? What does he really, really want? Yeah, I got it. Violet the baker was stealing Oakley's morning customers. Amazing pain au chocolat. Not even I can deny it. Oakley's been hoping to get on the edge of the competition. If he had access to the recipe, he'd love me forever. I want to steal it, but the Duchess has fallen hard for those pain au chocolat. If that recipe goes missing, everyone will lose their heads, starting with me. The recipe is in the kitchen. I'll let you in. If you can find a way to get a copy of the recipe, then you could give that to Oakley for me. I'm serious about fixing things this time. If you do this for me, I'll give you anything you want. I'm not like you, Daryl. I don't need something in exchange. Oakley is a nice guy. He deserves a better boyfriend, so I'm trying to help him. Fine. Help me fix my relationship with Oakley and I'll try and be a better man. Get a copy of that recipe and bring it to Oakley tomorrow on my behalf. I got business to deal with elsewhere. Don't fuck this up. I did not get a photo of him. And I don't know what would have put him in a compromising position to have his photo taken. Well, she does seem she's not a demon. Violet's special recipe for pain au chocolat that Daryl wants for Oakley. I can't take it from here. I'll have to find a way to copy it. There's one shot left on the film. Should I take a photo of the pain au chocolat recipe? I think we need to, right? Maybe there is hope for Daryl, right? No? Should we... I don't know if we've missed the chance for, fucking Daryl over, though. We can think about it. Let's talk to the lady. Oh, Armando! He's got a Pokemon noise. Little lamb chop. Have you brought a highly important ingredient, Chef Armando? Oh, wait. Should Chef Armando be French? Little lamb chop. Have you brought a highly important ingredient, Chef Armando desires? Swedish. I don't know if I can do Swedish. Chef Armando still requires something flaming hot and spicy. Something yeasty and bubbly. Find these and Chef Armando's kitchen will be rid of this dreadful human assistant and you shall be rewarded in full. Guess what? I've got hot sauce. Chef Armando is pleased. Chef Armando would reward you with 20 hours for this ingredient. Yes, I will take 20 hours. Lovely. The heat, the pain, the flames, this will bring a nostalgic yet hellish comfort to our guests. How you have secured such an item perplexes Chef Armando, but you have achieved it nonetheless. As promised, Chef Armando rewards. Listen, little lamb chop. If you could bring Chef Armando what is left on his shopping list, his purse of yazas will open yet again. When Chef Armando's condiment collection is complete, Chef Armando will create new culinary delights for the Duchess and the kitchen can be rid of this dreadful human baker. Okay, Chef Armando. Is this what Daryl has been putting in Oakley's deliveries? There has to be a way to show him. Words won't be enough. Oh, what the hell is it? It's just... gross meat? Okay, we've got two options. And we should maybe... that is sort of maybe... a good thing to take a photo of. Have they finally brought in a second prisoner to help in the kitchen? No, sorry. Oh. I've been trapped here by that walking, talking, banana-looking guy. I don't even know his name. I can't even remember how I got here. Sounds like Daryl. Are you okay? It's all such a blur. I'm not even sure I know what okay means anymore. You should go before you get trapped here too. I've seen some things. Things people should never see. What's going on here? Banana Boy ships these boxes to businesses outside of the hotel. I don't know where. I'm just forced to process the bodies and pack the meat. And make pain au chocolat. It's not easy working in a dingy place like this, but I make do. I have to. I have to make everything so quickly that I don't have time to rinse the blood off my hands before preparing the pain au chocolat. Better get back to work. Sorry to bother you. Okay, Daryl's fucked this person over. And also, yeah, Daryl fucking sucks. Yes, dubious meat. And if this doesn't make Oakley leave Daryl, then maybe there's just no hope for Oakley. Gross, I should have known Daryl would be doing something like this. These poor people, and poor Oakley. I wish we could help the baker woman get out of here. The choices are expose cannibalism or steal this poor lady's recipes. Okay, well when you put it like that, you do have a point. Gotta find the third ingredient to save the baker woman. Oh yeah. Which I think should be in the next dungeon thing that we do. Stop trying to spoil our fun. Where can we go now? Wait, to the, to the dining room. Where was that at? This one say it? Near the kitchen? Maybe there was another door in there that I didn't realize. It's very likely. Oh. Yeah. There he goes. And here we go. Ta-da! I call that one the dance of ecstasy. Dan. Okay, okay. Now for our main event for all you wonderful, wonderful creatures. That's right, you guessed it. It's time for You Better Fall in Love with Me quick or you'll regret your decisions for the next year and 4 months. Our contestant tonight is... Room 367. Say hi, room 367. Hi. Are you ready? Tonight's question is... Do you love me? Do you love me? I do. I love you. She's lying. Grind her. Uh-oh. There we have it. Love is not in the air tonight. Join us again next week when we have 572 on stage. Well. Entertainment here doesn't interest me one bit. All I care about is food. I'll go wherever there's a good carcass to consume. Okay. Oh, here he is, the best guy. Michelle. Me best friend. How's it going? I sent off that letter of yours. I can't believe you're getting involved with these personal affairs. They're on an infamous couple, if you know what I mean. Other victims. I wouldn't know nothing about any of that. The Duchess's affairs are none of me business. I plan to keep it that way, if you know what I mean. Anything else? Enjoying yourself at the hotel? Of course. They got some of the best grub you'll find this side of London. I've been well relaxed. I even been able to watch me favorite show, Dying Petals, for once. The current twist between Epiphany Oxblood and Canary Rouge. Shh. I haven't got up on the latest episode. Don't spoil it for me. Anything else? And if you'll excuse me, I got some more grub to eat. I need to take advantage of the all-you-can-eat buffet. There are various unrecognizable dishes on the table. They smell delicious. Well, some of it does just look like meat bones. Dan's performance can be lacking, but at least the segments with the victims are entertaining enough. Interesting paintings. Oh my gosh, look at this couple over here. Me and two.
It's been such a dream staying at the hotel. I can't remember the last time I felt like a conscious being. I feel different here.
We don't often spend time together like this. It's been magical. Have you ever been on the floor with all the victims? Do you know where any of the doors lead to? The victim corridor was part of the hotel tour, but we weren't allowed to stay long. Sorry, dear. Which one are you? Obviously. Let's talk to everyone before the Duchess. Did you see that? That's what they call a masterclass performance. You didn't have to do much. It only appears that way because I make it look effortless. There's a reason the Duchess keeps me around, and it's not just for my good looks. About Daryl. Oh, Daryl is the worst employee to work at the hotel since I've been here. He'll be replaced. Every human that's worked for the Empire gets replaced eventually. And it's never pretty. Why someone as intelligent as the Duchess would hire such a fool? You've still got something you want to say? A fool, you say? There's not a lot to say about it. Losing the embrace of heaven has drove all of us demons mad. We all handle it differently. We all have different ideas of what it was that we lost that makes us what we are now. If one of us were to crack the code on how to go back, it would be the Duchess for sure. The Duchess is brilliant. You still got something you want to say? No. Believe me, I need to be focusing on my next performance. It's good to see you again, Michelle. I've been thinking about you every hour on the hour. We have not had as much time together as I would like. We should make more of an effort to be in each other's company. See you, Mido. I suppose now is as good time as any. You don't seem well. I'm fine. It is very polite of you to ask. You seem sad. None of this looks like it's working for you. If only you could have seen me before. Things were so different years ago, so much worse. I have my empire now. I am on a quest to find love. All commendable things. Do you think love will fix you? I know it will, just as you know it would fix you too. All of this could be ours together if you'd only accept my hand. Does that appeal to you even a tiny bit? I don't want to be stuck in your fantasy land. Look around. There's not a whole lot of this place has going for it.
Our worlds being different does not make mine a fantasy. It only means you are not a part of it, not yet.
It is up to you to decide whether you want to see more than what is in front of you. I'm simply encouraging you to do so. Keep talking. I'm enjoying this. Other victims. You already have hundreds of victims. What makes me different? They don't engage with me as you do. One candidate seemed promising, but she only had interest in acquiring the vision. What happened to her? Where is she now? She has entombed herself in the depths near the threshold of the underworld in here. I'll never have visit her again, especially after she stole one of the keys to my room. Such a key is not easy to replace. So I'll have to visit this person. She can rot in solitude for all of eternity. This is the kind of trouble humans get into when they play around in my world. Keep talking. So, okay, we don't have to say this. I need to go. What a shame. You intrigue me. Let's have dinner together. I want to stare into those large human eyes for several hours on end. That is what you humans do, is it not? Tomorrow night, you can come here. It will be brilliant. I'm working the late shift tomorrow. I intend on surviving this whole ordeal, so I need to keep that job. I won't be able to make it. Don't worry, I'll sort it. Find something nice to wear. I like my darlings to dress well. I'll reopen my door to your bedroom. I recommend you use this to return home. You'll need all the rest you can get. Okay. Interesting. I'll ask my mom if she can drive us. But What's Lucy have to say? I'm busy having my dinner, Michelle. I don't have time to talk. Well, okay. How far away is my room? Any luck with your investigation? The Duchess mentioned one of the victims being somewhere between the threshold of the underworld and here. Very cryptic stuff. Apparently this victim wanted the curse. I wonder why it didn't work out between them. She got caught stealing a key from the Duchess. The Duchess wasn't very pleased, as you would imagine. A key? Interesting. I noticed that this floor has a weird feeling to it. It has the same je ne sais quoi I felt at the station where the Heartbreaker was stored. It's as I suspected. This floor is usually empty, and staying here long enough would make a demon queasy. It's strongest outside the Duchess's room. Is it the Heaven artifact? That must be where Benedict's signal is coming from. I just tried breaking in, but no luck. I've exhausted all I can do here for now. Let's catch up with Benedict at the church tomorrow. We can figure out our next move then. We should get some sleep. See you later. Go home. What an intense day. I think we can just go to bed. We don't even have... Do we have dishes to do? Yes, but we don't even have the option to do them. Sleep. Crotch depth, true. Hard to tell when I'm awake or when I'm dreaming. Another day and another third eye in my hand. So let's see. Clarissa wants revenge on Daryl. He's ruined my life. Everyone around him is suffering due to his actions. He doesn't deserve his bar or the power the Duchess gives him. Shamuel, the angel of love. Some love life he has. Losing hold of someone close, I understand what he's going through. You're barely home, how do you have dishes? I guess like in the morning, and then throughout the day, and then I go to work, and then I guess, I don't know. He thinks demons can be redeemed. He makes the Duchess sound so helpless, like someone worth saving. Could I? Oh dear. Can I make it through this? I miss the simpler times before all this mess. No!
Accept your destiny and do nothing. That is how you used to be. Return to that. There is no reason to change now. Tampering with fate only leads to pain. You will be dealt with.
My special wand. Day 3. I was like, what the heck? Go back in my room? No. This room... Can I see what number is on the door? 9. Because I think whoever is meant to be here is maybe dead. And no one is doing anything about it. What do you do in this game? It plays sort of like Resident Evil. And, it's got like a good story. The person who lives here has a lovely cat named Twinkle. Interesting. Landlady lives here. We're human, there's angels and demons. And a demon has put a curse on us. I love watching this. It fills the Kim Kitsuragi-shaped hole in my heart. Lucy. Lucy, what are you doing here? You fucked up, Michelle. The deal is off. I'm not going to waste my time asking you again, but I will keep tabs on your progress. I like to have intimate knowledge of the affairs of those around me. I'll always be one phone call away. I'll say hello to Leslie for you since you'll never be able to do it yourself. We could have dated instead, Lucy. It could have been me and you. That was our end game. Speaking of, save. Alright, I'm just gonna do some recon real quick. Oh frick, should we tell Oakley? And there's a dress store. Okay, I have to pee real quick. But I want to do some stuff. Maybe before the next dungeon. Alright, let me go pee real quick. And then I'll be back. One sec. When did my Mr. Baby leave? I don't know where he went. My Mr. Baby. Let me drink some water real quick. Okay. It's me! I'll do a bit more. We need a dress. I want to see outfit change. Outfit change. Not yet. What does it say? We are open. Let me in. Not yet, maybe? Oh. I need to exchange with what Chef Armando gave me. Buy upgrades. Okay, we have 32. What do I want? Shotgun clip? Might as well do that. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. First of all, what's this person have to say? Oh. They stuck me on this awful route for now. That's not Creed. That's where I work, y'all. I knew this was gonna happen. This doesn't help, though, because now I won't have a job. My precious darling shop Michelle. I knew you were so bad for business. This was my castle. I ruled from my tower, and now my treasure's destroyed. My prize goods tarnished. This wasn't me. I was asleep in my flat all night. I don't believe you for a second. I've heard how you talk about managers. This was an act of jealousy. You didn't have what I did, so you ruined it. You're fired. I don't want to see your face around here again. You hear me? Oops. Oh. The downside? Too fewer humans, as there is less to do around town now. What a disappointment. I was hoping the new expose on Epiphany Oxblood would be out by now. It's not. Darling, the night is young. Will you go and enjoy the nightlife? In my own way. Don't take what you have for granted. You'll never know when it will all disappear in a puff of smoke or a flame. My house burned down once. Everything I owned, gone overnight. People focus on the items they lose when they imagine house fires. But when it happens, the only thing that really matters is life. Gosh, that sounds terrible. I'm so sorry. Don't be. I walked away the world's happiest man that night. My wife and my dog were both safe. It was a terrible time, but boy was I happy. Would you like some lighter news? Ongoing effects of derelict buildings. The large number of closed businesses, locals are beginning to worry on the knock-on effect of these crumbling places on their neighborhood. Incident was recorded last night at the aquarium. A large feature tank fractured, spilling its contents and causing irreparable water damage. Might pose serious health hazards to those in the surrounding area. The owner had intended to demolish the building, but was told to hold off as it was a place of interest to the police. The tanks were emptied. We were aware of the risks. We knew the tanks shouldn't be holding water for any duration without ongoing maintenance. It was once a business that continued to operate until recently. High-grade locking mechanisms were installed to deny customers access. No employees have reached back. Debate over abandoned church's fate. Local council debating the fate of the abandoned church. Some locals say it should be reopened for worship, but it is possibly the only thing keeping the city from suffering complete collapse. It's a symbol of hope, one that even during these trying times stands as a beacon. The church crypt belonging to one of the city's aristocratic families has recently been broken into. Ooh, I bet the church's crypt is the place between worlds that person was talking about. The police are keeping an eye out in case any rare possessions appear in the black market. The head of the estate has not been seen recently. It is suspected that she too might be a victim of the current missing persons phenomena. Small convenience shop has been ransacked. The motive is uncertain, as no items were stolen or money. I know he did this, I just know it. I don't have the evidence yet, but she's worked here for the last time. The owner had more to add, but the comments were not suitable for publication. It is evident how unhappy he is. Take care of yourself, my darling Michelle. Okay, let's go snitch about Daryl. Michelle, did you make good use of the camera I gave you? I did take a photo. Great! Hurry up and show Oakley. I can't wait to see how this goes down. Are we a bad person for meddling in these affairs, or does Oakley deserve better? And also, Daryl is feeding people humans. Oakley's won the food war over Violet for now. I almost forgot how tasty everything is in here. I guess that Violet realized they were no match, but I wouldn't mind betraying Oakley again for Violet's cookies if they ever come back. There's that ravenous demon also. Look at that. A British breakfast. And then this demon. This has to be the best job a demon can have around here. Having access to food of this quality is unheard of unless you stay at the Duchess's hotel. Why is Daryl giving Oakley what I assume is people meat? Baby girl, have you seen the state of the shop you work at? We have way too much drama going on in our town, as if people going missing wasn't enough. You've got some serious baggage under your eyes, baby girl. If I were you, I would turn tail, go home, light some candles, and meditate all this bad energy away. You look like you need it. I need to light some candles myself. Dealing with Daryl's antics is aging me faster than time itself. Yesterday was no different. I can't see a future with him. He doesn't respect me. How could he think bringing a rat to my diner was a good idea? I should dust my precious stones and move them around the house according to the moon's position. It might help. Anyway, I got some amethysts you can take home if you need. These little crystals can clear up anything. How's it going, baby girl? Show meat photo. Daryl has another side to him that he's been hiding. I feel terrible breaking such awful news, but as a friend, I must. He's dangerous. You ought to cut him out of your life for good. What's this? Are those... Those boxes look like the meat deliveries I get from Daryl's new business. And what's that next to it? What, Michelle? What is this? I think I'm gonna be sick. What the hell? This can't be. Is this the first time they've fainted? Or the second time? I'm gonna have to leave. I can't stay here with him. This town is wicked. It's bloody cursed. I have to shut the shop. I just need a few days to get myself together. Vegetarian dishes only from here on out. I'm never cooking meat ever again. Sabotage Daryl and Oakley's relationship. Achievement. This whole town is cursed. I'll be packing my bags and finding somewhere else to settle. I suggest you do the same. I can't do this anymore. Toilet? Storage room? Well, it's always on the menu. Sandwich. Okay, so that's taken care of. We did it, Michelle. Wait. Howdy. We did it, Michelle. I knew you'd come around to my way of thinking. There's no way anyone could see Daryl selling human meat to his own boyfriend and think that was okay. It's great to have you on my team. Now you have the chance to secure your future. How does that feel? Yes, yes, yes. It feels great. This town is ready for a new king. You'll easily be able to convince the Duchess that you deserve Daryl's place. Now we can watch Daryl crumble under the pressure. This will be a satisfying win. I don't want Daryl's place, though. I just want him to fuck off. I do have to do a quick howdy. My real accent, it's true. Give me the rat! Everything's gone downhill. I just got word of Oakley telling me to hit the road. He's even blocked my number. Piss. I don't know if I can take it, Michelle. Oakley was everything to me. I don't have anyone else. People don't care about me like how Oakley does. No one comes to my house for dinner, only Oakley. Without him, I might as well be dead to the world. Stop whining, Daryl. Focus. You should spend every hour dedicated to getting Oakley back. He's the most important thing to you in the world, right? You have to prove it. You're right. This has to be the only thing I focus on. Otherwise, he'll never see how much he's worth to me. I need Oakley back. I'll follow him to the end of the earth if I have to. Perfect. No, not perfect. Not perfect. I'm usually the first one here when the bar opens and the last one out when it closes. I miss Clarissa being on. She was so much fun. That girl knew how to live. Hey, hi, hello. Donovan, hi. You don't mind if I say hi, do you? Of course not. So how are things then? How are you? Are you well? How's it going? Be cool, Michelle. Yeah, I'm doing great actually. I booked a new gig for tonight. The owner of this bar offered me a last-minute slot. I'll be playing an exclusive avant-garde location. It's meant to be pretty wild and unusual, but I think it's a good thing to keep one's audience varied. You should stop by if you can. Oh my god, I wish I could go. I can't though. I have something I need to go to. Something I sadly can't escape. What a shame. Maybe I'll be able to catch another one of my gigs another time. It's gonna be the same way, right? Same place. I don't talk to Simon and Lewis that way. Okay. The lady's outside the dress shop now. Love, are you okay? I just saw the shop. I was worried you might have been there when it happened. I'm glad to see you're safe. At least you'll have the day off to hang around town. I've noticed you've been out and about rather than going straight home recently. Life seems so exciting all of a sudden. Aha, well, I have a date with the devil and it might get me killed. What? You better spill the details before I strangle them out of you. Who is it? I need to know. What are they like? Powerful and filthy rich. I'd rather be with Leslie. I'm not really into them. They're not the kind of person I'm looking for. They come on way too strong and I don't see it working out between us. Oh, that's a shame. You should give them a chance. It's been a while since you've dipped your toes in the water. This could be a test run. No, it's not worth it. I'd get hurt again. Everything in life hurts. We don't stay young forever either. Things get harder and that will include opening up to people. I know you're afraid to move on, Michelle, but the world stops for no one. If you don't pick yourself up and carry on, you're going to be left behind. Keep an open mind, love. Maybe. Well, a date is a date. You don't expect to go dressed like that, do you? Here, when I picked this out for our stock, I was thinking of you. It only seems right that you should have it. Knock 'em dead, love. I want to put it on! It does look cute. Lewis. That's what I say. Oldman. Thank you so much for the tier 2 and the 53 months. Oh. Happy Pride. I hope you have a fun time if you're going. Thank you very much. Did we check in with our other friend? Morty? Here's this guy again. I can't go back to heaven and there's nothing here for me either. I should just spend my final hours wallowing in the underworld instead. Everything sucks anyway. No one would miss me if I disappeared forever. Cursed girl, exactly who I needed to see. I'm starting to mortalify, whatever, it's tough. I could use your help. Are you okay? As much as I want to thank you for the clarity you've provided, I still struggle to walk down this path with confidence. Moving forward into the unknown while the door of familiarity closes behind me is petrifying. Am I making the right choice? It's hard to say. I've been thinking about him all night. So what if I'm stripped of my angelic power? Power means nothing without love. Everything means nothing without love, for me at least. My destiny runs parallel to yours, cursed girl. I don't believe my fate is as complicated as yours. I can't fix the Duchess. I don't know how to make them understand how love works. Love is the healer. It needs no precursor. There's nothing more to do before you decide to offer it. What if I get hurt? There's always a chance that something might cause you pain. I will no longer let fear suspend my existence. Are you ready to do the same? It's this question. It's the same question I've been beating myself up over for as long as the earth has been turning. It's the very same one you ask yourself. Good night, Sundown. Answer now. What do you truly believe? Could you really love a demon? Could you? I could love a demon. Just not particularly this demon. I believe you. I believe it could work too. I believe that for love to work, we must accept the changes that come with it. We must reject the notion of perfection. I believe we must accept the pain of uncertainty to acquire the pleasure of love. I believe I have the strength to reach out to him. I believe you can show me the way, Michelle. What? It's decided. I will act on your wisdom, cursed girl. May we both have the strength to follow what we truly believe, and may destiny be kind to our hearts. It may be with my dying breath, but I will fight as many fights I have left in me. I will show him, even if it costs me everything I have. I will confront the demon tonight. Thank you for your insight. Uh-oh. Alright. I'm gonna go save. And then I'll be streaming again tomorrow at 4 p.m. And I wonder if it will be the last night, because it seems like a lot of things are happening. There's like one final victim that I think we might have to do their dungeon soon, which might be that crypt. And then there's like the evening dinner. So I feel like it will probably go crypt dungeon and then dinner. Yeah, I think that's how it'll go. I love this game. It's been really good, squares on squares. I really liked it. Square on squares, I mean. After 3 hours of sleep next time. Oh! Yeah, I need to get more sleep. Okay. I saved it. Let me exit it. Okay. Let me go see who's streaming right now. I'll try to get in bed. It's already 9:30. I'll try to get in bed around midnight. That is what I will try to do. So I still have to eat dinner. So I'll eat dinner. And then I will take my bath. And then I will go to bed. Alright, Tilleron's playing Peak. Let's go to Tilleron's, because it was his birthday the other day. What number bath for today? I haven't been taking a lot of them because it is too hot outside. It's too hot for all of that. Too hot for all of that. All of that. I'm just looking at my list. Oh, I clicked something. Alright, yes. I will be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. I could not take a cold bath. No, I couldn't. I could take a lukewarm bath, and that's the most you'll get. I'll be in the Ice Age. Then I could take a bath whenever I want, I guess. Alright, it's the day 5 of the Tillathon. Maybe I'll crash Tilleron's stream at some point. See you later. See you tomorrow. Bye 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 bye. Bye 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 bye.